Hello Taurus, welcome. Thank you for joining me. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. This is your Fairy Oracle reading for August going into September 2021 or thereabouts. It's a general reading, Taurus, so take what resonates with you but leave what doesn't behind or for somebody else. I'll just do a final shuffle now. I have pre-shuffled the Fairy Oracle card by Brian Froud, so I'll just do a final shuffle now. And we'll get straight into your reading. So we have the heart of your reading here and what the challenges are, what's in your power ×2, a possible outcome according to people's decisions that they make, actions, etc. And then a final message from the universe and the earth energies. So we have the He of the Fiery Sword at the bottom of the deck, and this is about grasping the nettle, taking the initiative, being strong, cutting away or leaving behind what's no longer serving you, and going forward. This is promising victory here, victory and achievement. So it's just, but you need to grasp the sword. It won't happen all on its own. So this is very similar to the Ace of Swords in ordinary tarot, but just a very subtle difference, because the fairy sword, this is about being courageous now, being courageous and being strong, and grasping the sword. Okay, so we'll just put that to one side. And I'll just do another shuffle and we'll clarify the cards on the table. And we'll just lay these on top in the same order for a little bit of depth. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have the bodacious Boda. He's the meddler in the with the Fairy Oracle. He meddles, he believes he's helping. So if anything's been left unfinished, then he will come in and finish it, but it won't be finished. It won't be finished or completed in the way you would want it doing. So this is about not leaving anything to chance. Don't leave something open for somebody else to complete or finish for you. It's something that perhaps needs attention and needs completing. Alright, so I'll just pop that next to the here of the Fairy Sword. And let's see. So at the heart of your reading, Taurus, we have the Singer of Initiation and Laced Moon's Daughter. The Singer of Initiation, this is right at the heart of your reading. So there's something that some of you are going through or processing now that is a very important part of your soul journey. If you think of an apprenticeship, somebody on an apprenticeship, that has to jump through several hoops before they can become qualified. So, practical applications, theory, and then having to take the exams and the tests at the end of it. And that's part of that process of initiation into a certain career, for example. But, so, for some of you, that could be talking about this process. A very practical process, learning a new skill, for example. But for me, I feel with this, the Singer of Initiation, this is about a life lesson, and it's part of jumping through the hoops of life, on your soul journey, learning lessons as you go. So and before you can then go forward onto the next level. So there's some form of initiation process that you are facing or going through at this time. Some form of a hoop that you're needing to jump through at this time, Taurus, for some of you. And light is being shed on that with late moon's daughter. It's becoming clear what it is. You know, you could be at a bit of a crossroads for some of you, and having to make some important decisions. And you're becoming aware of that. And I say that because we've got here with the fairy sword, haven't we? Which is very much about grasping the nettle now, taking action, taking control, before somebody else does, before somebody else finishes off and completes, or jumps through the hoops that you are considering or that you are facing. So it's about taking action and not leaving something to chance, I feel. That's what the message is saying. So what are the challenges for you at this time? Well, we've got Jehovah and the Journeyman. Jehovah is very much, this is facing your fears. So what is it you are fearing? And I feel this is very similar to the Nine of Swords in ordinary tarot, which is about fear-based thoughts. And that's not to say that there's not a grounding, a basis for something you're worrying about. But Jehovah says you're worrying too much about it. You are too fearful about it, and that can block you, you see. So it's about facing up to them. What is it? You know, look them in the eye, if you like, because they're not going to be as bad as what you think they are. And the clarifier is the Journeyman. So this is about stepping out on a new journey, taking the first steps, and that's where the fear comes in. It's taking those first steps forward. So these are the challenges for you at this time, for some of you, Taurus. So what's in your power at the moment? Well, we have the Ra and we have unity. So in your power position, the Ra is very much about mental acumen, speed of thought, thinking things through. You can see that the Ra is not grounded at all, but he's not supposed to be, you see. This is very much about what's going on in your mind. So this is about mental acumen, clarity of thought, but speed of thought also. And the clarifier, unity. So this is working together. This is working together with others to get a complete picture. So perhaps putting your heads together, putting your minds together, you know, sharing ideas, coming up with solutions, but working together. It could be with one other, it could be with a few other people, but that will make you stronger. You see, we've got the, looks like stag's antlers here. And the stag's antlers grow at a time, ready for the season of when they're having to combat with other stags. So, and interestingly enough, we're coming up to that season, aren't we? I've noticed the stag's antlers locally are very big, and they're looking very big and powerful. But this is about, you know, working with others, putting your heads together, your ideas together with others is going to help to make this situation stronger for you, more complete. Right, so that's in your power to do that. What else is in your power? Well, we have the death and rebirth card, and late in the sylph. So the death, this is when there's an ending of some sort, within your power. So it's within your power to bring an end to something, I feel, Taurus. It's a transformation energy, but something has to finish for it to be transformed into another shape, if you like, or into another situation, whatever it means for you, Taurus. Because as you bring something to end, you see the figure here, in the shrouded figure, is offering a gift. Is offering a gift. So whatever is coming to an end, there's a gift wrapped up in that. Is going to bring an opportunity. So it's within your power then to bring this energy forward, this transformational energy forward. And then the clarifier is late in the sylph. And late in the sylph again is a very fast energy, a little bit like the Ra, which is a very fast energy. Late in the sylph, now this is about speed of thought, speed of action, things happening fast. Alright, so, you know, as you will, or possibly may, be bringing something to an end but ready to be transformed, you'll be receiving this lovely gift, a lovely gift within that. It could be a gift of promise, a gift of opportunity, something better. But there's something happening quickly. There's something going to be happening quickly here with late in the sylph. Okay, so a possible outcome dependent upon people's actions and decision making. So a possible outcome here, we've got the Lady of the Harvest and honesty. So the Lady of the Harvest, yes, this is it's got a sadness woven within this energy. This is about having to let something go, a feeling of loss perhaps, because of having to let something go, a cycle being completed. And when that cycle is completed, then you have to let that go, ready to move on in another direction. But it brings with it its own sadness, if you like, as having to let something go. Alright, so this is a possible outcome, and that this could well be linked in with the death and transformation energy. And then the clarifier is honesty. So this is being honest, looking at yourself and being honest with yourself, I feel. Looking at things honestly, openly and with clarity. Which, of course, I appreciate is difficult when you are on the Lady of the Harvest energy. But it's just being honest with yourself. So as one door closes, another one opens. It's that sort of an energy. But being clear with yourself, perhaps being clear and honest with those around you also. But it's also about others being honest with you about what everything means, what this transformational energy means. What grasping the fairy sword is going to actually mean. So it's those conversations, those honest, open, clear conversations with others. Because, there's obviously clearly something that's going to have to be let go, that's going to bring a level of sadness with it. So it's looking at that with yourself, but with others also, and what that all means. Okay, so what would the energies like to say to you at this time? Right, we have the Sage and we have the Pook. So the Sage, this is about tapping into your inner wisdom. We see the Sage here is very up to date, is not an ancient energy like the Oak Man. The Sage is very up to date, is very contemporary. So he is very aware of what's happening. So you can see he's got one eye looking outward, very aware. But his other eye is blanked out. But it's not. That's because he's got inner sight. He's looking inward. He taps into his intuition to make sense of what he's actually seeing. So this is about tapping into your inner self, into your wisdom, to get insight, to get information, to get the answers. And clarifier is the Pook, because there's a paradoxical situation happening around you for some of you Taurus. It's an energy, it's a situation where, you know, you're not quite sure what's what. It's a bit confusing. Something's a bit confusing. What's actually real and what's not real. What's true and what's not true. It's that sort of an energy. And that's why you need to tap into your sage energy to get clarity, to get to the bottom of things. And I think we've seen that with having honesty, haven't we? So it's about trying to look at things with clarity and clearness. Don't romanticize anything at this time, Taurus. It's not a time to romanticize a situation. It's time to look at it very honestly and clearly and what that means. Get to the bottom of a situation. Okay. All right. Interesting reading for you there, Taurus. Okay, I'm just going to get 2 final messages for you. Right, can we have 2 final messages for Taurus, please? Two final messages for Taurus, please. Okay, so we have impasse, reflect and redirect your energy, and we have journey by moonlight, believe in magic. So reflect and redirect your energy. Now, impasse. So this is saying there's a road you've been walking, a path you've been walking, may have been for a long time, but the journey you've been on is coming to a dead end now. So you can see there's a wall there, so you're not going to be allowed to carry on this road. So this is about turning round, turning to the side, turning in a different direction, and going in a different direction. So reflect and redirect your energy. So this could be purely about energy. It could be purely about energy. Wherever you've been putting all your energy in, that's got to stop, or it's going to stop. You're going to come to a dead end with that. So you're going to redirect where you put your energy into, what you put your energy, your time and effort into. And I feel that's what's going to be happening. That's what's coming in for you, Taurus. And that does link in, doesn't it, with the death and rebirth transformation energies and the Lady of the Harvest. So something coming to an end, something stopping, coming to a natural conclusion, if you like. Although you've got to get more information, haven't you? And then you're going to be redirecting your energy elsewhere, and that's what the transformation energy brings in. Look, this gift, a gift of something new and different. All right, and of course, journey by moonlight, believe in magic. So believe in magic, that's it. There's magic all around us, you know, and it's it's all about what we believe, isn't it? So if you believe in something strongly enough, you know, you can make it happen. You can make it happen. And there we've got the full moon, which is beautiful, but that also reflects the completion of an old cycle and getting ready for the magic of a new cycle to begin. Beautiful. All right, Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. I hope the reading has had some meaning for you and offered a little bit of clarity and some little bit of guidance. But good luck going forward, and I hope you can join me again in the future. So bye-bye for now.